Hey guys, welcome to CoMAPirateRadio, the voice of Center of Mystic Arts, where we as esoteric pirates slide our boats together, throw the ropes, tie the knots, and talk about the maps. Now, what is an esoteric pirate? What does that even mean? Do we dress up as pirates? No. No. You can if you want to. I think pirates dress pretty cool. They wear what they find, and they wear it how they want to wear it. Even if it's ripped up or hand sewn or the wrong color, mix matching colors, who cares, right? A pirate also sets sail and leaves the land behind him, or her. And there's this idea of setting off into unknown territory. You don't know where you're going. There's something to that, and it's not just something, there's a lot to that. Okay? When you walk somewhere unknown, when you enter the unknown, you're facing your fears, for one. And for two, it's setting you up with the ability to strengthen your faith. Because every time you fall, you find that there's something there that catches you. If you're on the right path. If you keep falling and nothing is catching you, then you pretty quickly, most humans pretty quickly will change direction. Let's go back. Let's go back, guys. We gotta go back to the land. This ain't working, So the esoteric pirate thing came through really, everything has happened for me organically. I don't think it could have happened any other way. Center of Mystic Arts was birthed just by me opening up and sharing my home and my space. What I do, whether or not it's on camera, and most of the time it's not on camera because I don't got a camera person yet. Yet, she says. But the name came through. It just made sense. It was the center. We talked about the center, center of the self, center of the heart, center of the solar system, the hero. We talked about all that. Me and all these people that I was sharing my home with, they would come and they would go, And Mystic Arts just was like, yeah, of course. We do art. I'm a tattooist. I've always done art. Right? I've always been interested in creating my life as an art. I've never done anything in my life that didn't feel in divine alignment. If it didn't feel right, I never even bothered doing it. So there's this organic nature of how Center of Mystic Arts started, and then I realized that was COMA, coma, and I thought whoa, that's freaking cool. And then CoMAPirateRadio, boom, happened with a little help from a friend. I actually have it on video, that one. Yeah, I do. We were on a car ride. I was like, what about CoMAPirateRadio? And, it wasn't until after that. I had talked about liking pirates with a coma kid that came through that was from Maine, that was, true a Viking pirate. And he liked pirates too, so we would talk about it a lot, and I dig it. I really dig it. I don't like the open seas, but that's for many past life memories. So it really started making sense, like I said, as it grew, as all the little pieces fell together. And there's so many little pieces, even to the point of the eye patch. Esoterically, why do we cover an eye? A flower talked to me about that today. It really did. I was staring at the flower, you know? And you got camera one, camera two, camera one, camera two. If you can see how you can tell how you visually see different out of each eye. And I was looking at this flower. It was tiny, tiny little flower, like little bitty little thing. I was walking my horses. I mean, I spend a lot of time watching these guys graze. There's a lot to that. Meditation as a shepherd. If I'm not a pirate, I'm a shepherd. So, I mean, they call pirates shepherds of the ocean as well, you know. Pirates of the land. Anyway, this little flower, I was trying to zoom in on it because, like, he had this tunnel. And then he was talking about death. Death. That brings me to today, Saturday, Saturn's day. And, you know, Saturn is associated with death. So anyway, this beautiful little flower, I picked it. And when I was looking in there, I saw this tiny little bitty skull. And so I wanted to zoom in, and I had to cover my right eye. And I was like, I mean, I felt the Illuminati, of course, illuminated. But fuck if they're all about money, they've stolen the name Illuminati. Because that is not what being illuminated is all about. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Why does a pirate wear an eye patch? Well, metaphorically, it's not like why. No, all pirates didn't wear eye masks, of course. Or eye patches. Eye patches. But anyway, I was like, I can't see shit out of my right eye, but the right side is the pushing side, the masculine. And the left is the feminine, unless you're, you know, left-handed. And it can change. Because, of course, nothing is ever, like, everything has the ability to change. So when I covered my right eye, I'm like, okay, I'm receiving the message from the flower. And I just, boom, like it came through clear. Crystal clear. Like I went into this tiny little bitty flower, purple and white. It was so pretty. And then I ate it. It's true. It's true. Because I was like, why is there a skull? Like, why am I thinking about death? It's a flower. And it was like, you just picked me. I am dying. And I was, you know, rubbing the stem to spin it around. I'm like, oh, I did. I killed you. I have killed you. And it just felt dishonorable to like throw him on the ground. So I just popped him in my mouth. It tasted really good, actually. Anyway, so let's get to the Solar Party Paradigm cards. These cards, they were channeled. I mean, there's no other way around it. I know my hair. I feel like I have to talk about my hair. Why? Because it's all over the place and I want to grow out some more hair, so it's growing out. But Oh, because last video we were talking about feathers in your hair to be a real shaman. Kyron was talking through me, and Kyron was like, do I gotta wear feathers to be a real shaman? And then it was like, take off your hat, you got feathers. But when I wear a hat, it kind of sticks down. But I haven't worn a hat for a little while today, so it's all over the place. What you doing, Chola? Anyway, these cards have changed my life. They really have. And if I don't sell one more box of them, I still am, like, my life has been changed using these cards. And anyway, the last of the premier the decks, I've got like 50 of them before I make another order, and they're on sale because, I want to make the new order. They really have changed my life. They really have. To be able to visually understand and memorize, there is no way I was able. And I listened to astrologers and I got it and I figured it out, right? But I couldn't be like, okay, Saturn is in conjunction with Neptune and has been for a while in Pisces, and trine with Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Lilith, who's all standing by the slot machines on the fortune and rising in these. Like, no. Did you see that goat dancing in the background? I could not have kept all of that in my head in the past without these cards. I'm just saying. So today is Saturday. Saturn, the party planner. She's planning the party. She's the only one with the discipline and the restrictions and the boundaries. She says, I can't play right now. I'm busy. I'm responsible. I'm focused, At first she came through as a caterer. Oh, and yes, I do say she, because she did come through as a she. She told me very specifically that she has transitioned. She is now a she, because all of these things coming from the masculine, I didn't like that at all. I was like, oh no, that's why you have to return as a female. There's a lot to that, right? So it's a feminine energy. She's going to reclaim it. She's going to take it back, And she's been in retrograde, in conjunction. So you don't see Saturn except sitting at the bar with the bartender, Neptune. Oh, yeah. I don't want to spend the time that I have to do on CapCuts to make those little pictures show up. I mean, it's just easier to do this. It really is. But, it might be harder for you to read. But order the deck if you want to. They're super fucking cool. Anyway, the bartender is serving the drinks, the elixirs. Now, what does that do at a party? If everybody's drunk, then everybody's on the same page, right? Now, this is all metaphorical, right? So we have universal consciousness through this bartender, through the one that can serve the elixirs and the plant medicine, the psychic abilities, that's where that can come from, mushroom trips, microdosing, ayahuasca, because he doesn't just serve alcohol. And alcohol's got a bad reputation. even though the things that have bad reputations, when you talk to a pirate, you realize that if it has a bad reputation, that doesn't mean that it's bad, because a lot of times we're non-dualist, and a lot of times alcohol can really save your life. It's a very good cleaner when you've got a bad, nasty cut. You just need to douse it with alcohol. Or when you have a bad tooth, the pirates can talk about the teeth coming out. The teeth will fall out. They're part of electricity. But look there, Pisces, water. So this guy is in his power right now in Pisces. So we paint the picture so that we can remember the alien fish. This is code. All of these symbols are code, so that you can just think fish. And I mean, I layered it as alien fish because they're speaking in light language and they're otherworldly. That's, where that came in. And when I met this constellation, when they brought me up there, it really was. This is I describe what I saw on these cards. And a lot of times if I didn't remember what I saw, she is leaning up against me. If I didn't remember what I saw when I was making the card, I had to go into meditation and ask. Now, of course, the colors are a lot, but these characters in Pisces, the alien fish with blue skin, with the immense power of sacrificial love, that's their superpower. They just freaking love. With the depths of the ocean, the love comes in. The whales, the song, the light language. Your whiskers are really tickling my back. Silly girl. But they're hypersensitive. So today, when I approached, now when I talk about that like that, I meditate, and yeah, I have a really strong connection. So it doesn't take me much to just see them. Through the years that I've done these cards, and I've done a lot of magic and worship and connection. The more you make the connection, the stronger it gets. The more, it's algorithms. It is literally algorithms. The more you visit my webpage, the stronger the webpage gets. centerofmysticarts.com. Just type it in, right? You don't need a link. Apparently the pages don't like links anymore, so just type it in the search bar. Anyway, so when I approached these guys, Saturn sitting at the bar with Neptune the bartender, blue-skinned, fins, beautiful, slimy, iridescent. I mean, I thought they were beautiful. Some people in different perspectives might think that they were ugly, but I don't think so. Otherworldly, they didn't look like anything I'd ever seen before. I mean, unless they look like a fish human, which is very strange. There's so much. Even with Christianity and the fish and the fishermen and the piracy, right? There's a lot to fish, a lot of metaphors, a lot of power in sea creatures that breathe the water, right? And so when I walked up to him, I felt that, when you walk up to, oh God, it's already 19 minutes and we got a long way to go. Oh my God. You walk up to somebody and they're best friends, and they feel like they've got a thing going, like a clique, or like they're best friends, and you walk up and you're the third wheel. You know how that kind of felt like that with these guys. They're in retrograde. They're super secretive. They've been together in conjunction, Neptune and Saturn, for a long time. Months. Saturn has been sitting at the bar. I don't know how many times I've said, there's Saturn sitting at the bar. Saturn sitting at the bar. There's Saturn sitting at the bar. You know? Like, how long has that girl been sitting at the bar? And how far gone is she? Right? Not in a bad way. Not in a bad reputation way. But in a way of going deep into the depths of herself. They're in retrograde. Okay? Now, in Trine, BFFs, best friends. We could talk about the numbers. There's the 1/3. The 3 and the 1 reduces to 4, which is stable. But when you take the 1 out of the 4, the 1 can inspect the 3. The 3 is the triangle, the family. We can look at these numbers, the degrees, the 1, 2, 0. We can add it up and it gets 3. 1, 2, 3, right? But that 0, you can't just throw the 0 out. It's this feminine whole. You know. Anyway, there's a lot to numerology too. But that's not this channel. Best friends. Okay, so she's got a lot of support, this Saturn, this party planner. Oh, the jock. That's nice to know. You know, the best player on the field's got her back. Ain't nothing gonna mess with her. She's friends with the jock. She's friends with the most popular guy in school, the one that wins the games. And he wins the games because his physical physique is unreal. Like, you can't win a football game without looking good, right? Or at least having stamina, right? So you don't want to mess with her. She's protected by her best friend. Now he's hanging out with the DJ. They're up on stage together, you know? And I would say Libra, but get this. Now this is crazy because I have been looking at the stars with my apps and realizing that they don't fit into tiny little equal squares. Like all of the wheels, the tropical zodiac and the sidereal zodiac made all of the constellations equal, and they aren't. Some are vastly bigger than others, and Libra and Scorpio are basically the same thing. Like, and they used to be. The scales used to be the pinchers, the claws of the scorpion. And when you look at the constellations, they almost overlap. I would dare say they do overlap. Oh, that's nice. Maybe that'll give me some freaking views. Craziness. Anyway, just ignore it. So, however you feel it, because there's different maps, right? There's a tropical zodiac, there's a sidereal zodiac, which, by the way, you can read any chart you want to with these cards. Feel it how you want to feel it, right? But you can see the picture of the jock and the DJ dancing together, and the DJ's got the mic. It's a good best friend for the party planner over there. Because, you know, if the party planner is literally tripping on ayahuasca, going deep into herself and rediscovering her shadows, guess what the DJ's playing? Drums, right? And maybe with this guy, it might be war drums, which I do like a really good war drum beat, you know? Let's do this shit. All right. Jupiter as well. Trine with Saturn, trine with Jupiter. Best friends with the boss. Yeah, you definitely don't want to mess with her while she's tripping and puking and speaking in light language that you don't freaking understand, and maybe even looking like slimy and not pretty, and like maybe she's got bubbles coming out the side of her mouth. Dude, I had a friend. I have had those friends. I would say two that come out to mind. I'm not going to say their names because it's like kids, right? Kids. But one was, we were early 20s. And I just could not understand why, she didn't, and you, anyway, God. Don't mess with her. I own this venue. I can kick everybody out. You don't mess with her. She's doing something over there. She's planning the party. And this last party is really fucked up. Like, for real. We got a lot of shit to clean up from the last party. I can't even go into all of that. It's already 26 minutes. Oh yeah, this is this. Oh, and that was the cards for the Scorpio and the Libra, cause like these, that's the tail. This right here, see, they separated it. They even took the hands. How does it go? It would go like that. You see it? Anyway, these guys. But anyway, with Lilith, she's trine with Lilith as well. Oh, the bad girl. You don't want to mess with any of her friends. She'll put a hex on you. She's the one wearing black with spiderweb tattoos. She's one of my friends too. I like her a lot. She does all the witchy stuff with the candles and the drippy things and the dark things, and she's the one that's like, let's go out in the cemetery in the middle of the night, and you're like, yeah, okay, totally. And here's the thing. Yes, I feel it. Of course I feel it. I tap into these. I feel these guys too, but they're much closer. I don't think I could not live on this planet without feeling the way I feel. And it's a lot. It's heavy. These guys help me out a lot. Anyway, Lilith the bad girl. And then we've got I've already talked about those guys. Oh, the square. This is important. This is what I talked about in my post. Square. Now, a square, let me see if I can, yeah, there we go. You look at the numbers first, I guess. The 1 and the 4. 1/4. There's 4 corners. And the 9 and the 0. The 9 is like the end. And the 0 is like the black hole of beginnings. What are we the unknown? Being pulled into the unknown. The 4 and the 1 put together is 5, which is like, it can be a difficult number. 5 has always been a difficult number. In between worlds, between the Pope and the devil, between the light and the dark. And if you want to feel it, this is like your best friend from your childhood that you always got in trouble with. You know? Damn. Why you got to call me at 3 o'clock in the morning and ask me to go to the cemetery? I'm asleep. Every time we go out together, the freaking cops get called, and then we end up running home, or some crazy shit happens, right? One of those friends. Might not have been that. It might have been like, you know, let's go out rollerblading in the middle of the night, and we always get in trouble, you know? You always end up getting in trouble. It's a frustrating relationship, but it's strong because you know that you've been through hell and back with this friend. It creates strong foundations when you get in trouble with somebody, and how they act when you get in trouble will tell you a lot. That's what piracy does, right? Pirates have a bad reputation for pillaging, and I mean, you know, there's a lot to that as well. And if you don't like it and you're not pulled to that and like, yeah, I've been in trouble, then you're not an esoteric pirate. Maybe, you know, there's a lot of different esoteric people that study this stuff. Specifically, yeah, I did slap my knee. 31. All right, the square with who? And this is the new moon, the black mirror, which is reflecting that inner retrograde aspect that Saturn is going through right now with the bartender. They are over there tripping on ayahuasca or mushrooms or whatever, iboga or whatever they're doing. They're going inward, and this new moon is frustrating. Like, what is going on over there? It's a reflection. What is going on in me? We can count on the water. Pisces in the water, the depths, the sacrificial love. Pisces can count on the water. They're strong friends. Right? The square? Maybe we get in trouble. Maybe the water's too deep sometimes. Maybe every single time I almost drowned. Which is why, to be honest, I don't like the open seas anymore, because I remember too many past lives of drowning and losing my ship. Oh yeah. So many horrible memories of like starving. The whole crew starved because I dropped the compass overboard. Don't even ask who I was thinking about either, because I don't even want to go into it. It still resonates. I still feel bad. I'm sorry. I just slipped. Things get slippery. I gotta wrap this up. Things get slippery sometimes. You see my fucking eyes tearing up. Don't tell me I don't feel it or remember it. Okay, yeah, we wrapping it up. Saturn, death. Oh God, we wrapped it up into death. And I was even gonna pull a card, and I can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because, you know, I'm just gonna do this. You know, all the beautiful shuffling. I'm just like, you know, all of these cards are the same exact card. All of them are the same card. Until you pull one out. Let's see. There we go. Oh, swords. Swords came out this morning too. Wowzers. Talk about death. Oh, Jesus. Talk about a pirate. Look at her. She's something else, ain't she? You don't go mess with her. Don't mess with her. She's a queen of air. You starved to death because there was no wind. It wasn't my fault. Oh, why do you want me to do this on camera? It wasn't my fault. It wasn't because of the compass. If we had wind that day or night or whenever it was, if there was wind would have carried us home. But we didn't. Where was the wind? Where was the wind? The death. She'll blow you away. She will blow you away. Yeah. All right. That's enough. That's quite enough. So, I mean, you know, if you've made it this far, I'd like to see those numbers go up a little bit. But it's all right. I know they will. I know they will. I'm not worried about it. Whether or not you're traveling physically or mentally, may it be in love and light and shadow. The shadow's going to be there. Don't be scared of it. Don't be scared of the dark. There are people, friends, shamans that can help you. I mean, not help you. I mean, I don't need help. Pirates, man. Pirates will be like, I don't need no help. I don't need no help from you. Who are you? If you feel that, you know, that's piracy. That rebel with a cause. Like, but you know, I mean, I want to work together. I do. I like working together with other pirates. It can be difficult, but I can hold space for that. You know, I'm a horse trainer. So don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the Patreon account. I do a lot of extended stuff. Every Sunday is my Patreon. And I'm even thinking about doing like my CoMAPirateRadio daily broadcasting on Patreon. And I'm almost hitting the mark, but not quite. But almost. It's, the more I'm doing it, the better it's getting. So, yeah, please like and subscribe and give a comment. It makes a big difference. So, yeah. Love, light, and shadow, baby. And don't forget your magic bag is full of everything you need. Over and out. Ciao.